Hi, everyone. My name is Toni Vanschoyck, and I love sharing with people wealth strategies. Being that I have figured this out the hard way and lost millions of dollars into basically hiring and investing in wrong platforms. And finally, some time ago, I was introduced to an amazing guy. His name is Joe Evangelisti. I call him the king of self-storage investment. Now, if you guys have seen this video, you probably know who I am. And I have ventured off and created 7 streams of income. And I've been able to help other people do that so they can create generational and legacy wealth for not just themselves. And you guys, I'm not talking about retirement. I am talking about lifelong generation through family members of, really being financially independent. So I am not a licensed financial advisor. No thanks. You guys, they want you to provide for your retirement. I am someone that has just learned from the best of the best. And so, Joe, I've got you here. I want to share with a little bit with my audience on, your amazing business acumen and this phenomenal duplicable platform that you have that you can help people invest their, so-called retirement, their capital gains, and where it's going to work for them, because real estate actually, and I do not like the word loophole, that is not what we're talking about. We are talking about you protecting your money. So, Joe, if you can tell them a little bit about the self-storage, a little bit about yourself and how you got involved with this, I know that people are super excited.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I appreciate you asking me about these things and having me on here today. A little bit of background about myself. I'm born and raised in construction. I've been doing it since I was 2 feet tall. My dad was a general contractor, drywall contractor. And so my parents were divorced at a young age. I was on job sites. My dad worked 8 days a week, nights and weekends. I was with him and just been doing construction my whole life. Out of high school, spent 6 years in the U.S. Navy Seabees, did construction all around the world. And right outside of the military, jumped right into real estate. And so got in 2007, arguably the best time in the world to get into real estate. If you ever want to get into a new industry, do it while it's collapsing around you. I promise it's the best learning experience ever. It's super fun. You learn all kinds of great stuff. And so right off the bat, got into real estate, started flipping houses. Did that for about 12 years, Tony, as you know, and flipped hundreds of houses. Me and my business partner, Brian, we did fix and flip, we did buy and hold, we did wholesale, we did all that kind of stuff, did the brokerage business. And, inevitably we did a lot of high volume real estate and realized that there had to be a better way, and we've been working with private lenders for that whole time. We would borrow money, we would flip a house, we'd give it back, borrow money, flip a house, give it back. And every time I went back to an investor like yourself, I would say, I need 100 grand. And they'd go, okay, how long? 6 months. No problem. Give it back. Here's your money. Give them interest. Next deal. What do you need? 100 grand. No problem. Here's your money. Give it back. And we did this hundreds and hundreds of times. And it occurred to me it was very transactional, right? We weren't building anything. We were just creating cash. And everyone was paying lots and lots of taxes, and including myself, because we weren't building anything that was, like you call it a loophole, but it wasn't tax advantaged, right? There was just, transactional cash, high income, and lots of taxes being paid, and nobody was winning and nobody was building real wealth because we weren't creating portfolios. We weren't really utilizing real estate the way that the wealthy utilize real estate. And so 4 or 5 years ago, we made a concerted effort to try to change and transition into this world of commercial real estate. And it's changed everything for us. We call the company Legacy Developers because we want to truly build legacy wealth, not just for us, but for our team members and for our joint venture investors and partners. And the way we do that is we allow them to ride along with us in equity. And that's the true game changer, right? You come along, you invest. Not only do you get a great return, not only do we have a multitude of ways to make it tax advantaged, but you also create and earn equity, which lives in perpetuity. So as long as we own that asset together, you get all the tax benefits of the asset, you get all the advantages of the asset. Even after you get your capital back, you still have a piece of that asset. And we're not building, $200,000 homes, Tony, as you know, we're building $20-30 million commercial facilities with 700-800 tenants under one roof, or 5 or 6 roofs, however it might be laid out, but under one facility. So multitude of tenants paying rent, a diversification of many, many tenants, making sure that mortgage is getting paid, increasing and appreciating the value of our asset in a tax advantaged way that's going to help us all build legacy wealth together. That's it in a nutshell.
Well, you know what, Joe, I truly was so excited when we first got introduced, because in my businesses, it's all about, being duplicable. And that is the one thing. It's simple. You don't have to put a lot of thought into it. You have a great platform that, it really does just kind of work on its own, and it's its own entity, which really makes it super exciting, especially for busy people like me. I just want to be able to invest, park my money somewhere where I know that I'm going to make an amazing ROI, but also for that long-term, that long-term. And that's one thing that I don't want people being short-sighted about when they're taking a look at this. This is, you guys, this is for my kids. This is for and I got my second grandchild that's due any day now, right? This is for my grands. So Joe, to wrap up, this quick intro video, do you have anything else to add before, we close off?
No, I think you really hit the nail on the head. Everyone focuses on what's the quick, easy, short-term cash flow, which return on investment's great, right? The short-term cash, really it's the long-term wealth, right? It's the equity. People say, like, what's the worst real estate deal you do? It's the one you sold, right? It's the one you got rid of. Real estate is really a compound effect. And so the nice thing about this investment is you can invest, you can get your capital back, you can reinvest, you can continue to multiply that equity. And that's where the real long-term play is going to be. This is something you can do for the next 5 or 10 years with the same investment over and over again, right? And you can actually end up with pieces of multiple, $20, $30 million deals. And again, I think that's the magic of what we've created. It's not about that short-term return, which is wonderful, but the reality of it is it's the long-term what we're going to build together. Together we're going to build a $2 billion portfolio, and our investors are going to be able to share in that. And that's the magic, I think, of what we're creating.
Gosh, I love it. All right, you guys. So if you want more information, I'm going to Joe's link is dropped in here. You'll schedule a call with him, and please be respectful of his time. Show up on time. Come with good questions. He'll walk you through a 15-minute call so you guys can, get even more education and figure out if this is a right fit for you and your family. All right, you guys. Thanks so much. Love you. Take care. Bye-bye. Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Tony.